क्या है ये?
मांगा नहीं आ रही एग्जाम में।
भाई वो लोग बोलते हैं ना बड़े माथे वाले इंटेलिजेंट होते हैं, तो मैं क्यों बार बार पढूं?
Physiognomy is a pseudoscience, and its etymology in itself is enough to give you an idea about what physiognomy is. It is the art of deciphering the characteristic of an individual through their physical appearance.
For example, according to Aristotle, long head might indicate intelligence, broad face might signify courage, and long thin face might indicate lack of courage. According to him, straight nose was often associated with honesty, intelligence, and leadership qualities. Hooked nose, often associated with that of Roman status, was seen as a sign of strength and ambition. Small button nose was considered as sign of playful and mischievous nature.
Is there any society even left who doesn't judge the people through their look or who doesn't hold such kind of stereotypes?
Yeah, actually physiognomy is basically that you judge a person's personality trait through their facial features or outlook. So in your culture, have you heard about something like this?
I think facial economy, the thing that you are mentioning is some kind of a social reality. To be honest, it is prevalent even today. I feel, as I have heard something like, अगर किसी person के left हाथ में कोई तिल होता है तो he'll be they'll be rich in their future or something like that. And the one that you mentioned, ki broader forehead means that the person is lucky. So I feel it is even prevalent today. These sayings
the person who having larger ear is going to be rich, and the person who have large fingers, and they usually will become rich in their future life. And there, I also heard some kind of things.
And do you believe in them, or have you ever found them to be true?
Sometimes, actually,
Like, can you give one example?
Most of the people with having this kind of large ears and forehead, they usually kind of successful people. I really come up with such kind of experience. So,
मतलब I have my own family members, like अब जब भी कोई सक्सेसफुल पर्सन को देखते हैं तो आई हैव माई फैमिली मेम्बर्स जो कहते हैं उसका फोरहेड देखा बड़ा है तो इसीलिए वो लकी लिटरली आई हैव दोस पीपल इन माय हाउस.
And do you believe in them?
no, actually no, maybe.
Actually,
no, there is nothing like that.
कभी भी आता है मन में थोड़ा बहुत.
लाइक जब बहुत ही ज़्यादा कुछ अनलकी हो रहा है तब तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जाके देख ही लूँ मेरा फोरहेड कैसा है.
So hey guys, firstly my first question is this: how physiognomy is practiced in your culture, or do you know any such kind of saying in which you tell a person's personality trait through their outlook, particularly focusing on the facial features?
Like in our culture, most of people say that if you are having till on your like in the bottom of your chin, then they said that you are lucky. You will get job in a very early age. Like all these some of practices are in our daily life. We can see usually, and also I heard from my parents that if someone gets so many pills on their body, then they will get more money. Like if they the till is on their palm, that they will get a golden watch in their lifetime. We are getting these type of things hearing in our culture day to day life.
आपके कोई कल्चर में ऐसा कुछ है, आपने कुछ सुना है ऐसा?
यहाँ पर अगर तिल होता है लड़कियों के तो उनको कहा जाता है कि यहाँ पर अच्छा नहीं होता है लड़कियों के लिए. अगर लड़कों के होता है तो उसे कहा जाता है कि हाँ ये लड़का बहुत अच्छा है, मतलब लकी है. अगर लड़कियों के नीचे तिल होता है यहाँ पर तो उन्हें लकी कहा जाता है. ऐसा मैंने नहीं.
सब तिल के बारे में बहुत सुनने को मिला है.
मोस्ट टाइम्स उनके बॉडी शेप को देख के भी उनसे ज़्यादा कॉन्टेक्ट वही लोग करते हैं जो जितने हेल्दी दिखते हैं, इसलिए वो मोर ज़्यादा सोशल जो थिन होते हैं उनसे मतलब थोड़ा उनकी पर्सनैलिटी लोग अपने आप से यूँ सोचते हैं कि उनकी पर्सनैलिटी थोड़ी डाउन.
जैसे लहसुन होता है किसी के मुँह पे होता है, उसके लिए कहा जाता है कि लाइक ये अच्छा होता है, अच्छा नहीं होता.
तो do you all believe in this? Do you think
I don't believe.
बहुत कुछ चीज़ें आपने सुनी अपने कल्चर में? लेकिन ऐसा है आपने सुना है? चीज़ें
बहुत
exist
चीज़ें जैसे कहते हैं ना फेस.
So do you believe in them, or have you found them to be true?
I believe in.
यू बिलीव इन देम? जैसे कौन से कुछ एग्जांपल, या फिर आपने कभी देखा है कि हाँ ऐसी चीज़ें हुई हैं?
मतलब मैंने ये एक चीज़ देखा है कि जैसे मेरी कज़न है, उसका मतलब से फोरहेड वो है, यू नो, ज़्यादातर ये लाइक स्किन टोन से रिलेटेड होता है, बाकी ये नहीं कि लाइक जैसे हम इंटेलिजेंस का एसोसिएशन करते हैं वैसा नहीं होता।
तो आपने कुछ ऐसी लोकलाइज्ड सुना है ऐसा कुछ आपके यहाँ कुछ?
नहीं, एक्चुअली मैंने नहीं सुना है।
Well, some are exceptions.
नहीं, एक्चुअली वी शुड नॉट जज एनीवन्स इंटेलिजेंस और लाइक एनी क्वालिटी by their appearance, because appearance is somewhat that is genetic, or intelligence is also kind of genetic, but it also works through the hard work which an individual is putting into like the things which he or she wants to.
So in practicality, physiognomy has been a part of everyday dealings in most of the society. In the ancient civilization, people made connection between the facial features and the personality traits. But physiognomy as a particular discipline began in the ancient Greece, where it was referred to as classical physiognomy, and it got further popularized during the Middle Ages, where it was referred as medieval physiognomy. There are similarities between both of them, as medieval physiognomy has taken most of its aspects from the classical one, and it relies on the text of the classical one. But the difference lies in the context in which they are practiced, because classical physiognomy is associated with natural science and philosophy, whereas medieval physiognomy is associated with the superstitions and divinity.
But today we are here to focus on how some of the great thinkers believed in physiognomy and treated it as a science.
Like in 500 BCE, the famous thinker and philosopher Pythagoras accepted his students into school based on how they looked.
वही पाइथागोरस, वो थ्योरम वाला, हाइपोटेनस स्क्वायर इज इक्वल्स टू बेस स्क्वायर प्लस परपेंडिकुलर स्क्वायर.
The Humana Physiognomia, or the human physiognomy, is one of the great works on physiognomy by Giovanni Battista della Porta, in which he described the characteristic of the human by comparing their faces with that of the animals. Because according to him, the facial resemblances to animals can reveal some of the underlying qualities.
Okay, so I have some pictures actually, and these pictures are taken from some famous books in which physiognomy is described, and so you have to judge their personality traits by these pictures, okay? If a person's face looks like some kind of owl, so any personality traits?
Maybe he's so curious and maybe intelligent or something.
Curious and intelligent. You?
I also think this way.
लाइक इनका फेस हाउस से मैच हो रहा है. आईज इनकी तो रात को जागते होंगे.
रात को जागते हो क्या?
हाँ,
Aggressive. Strict and aggressive. Okay.
Like through the brows, I can see like he's very concentrated on the thing which like he might be doing at that time. But like from the ridge of the nose, it seems that he's kind of aggressive in
Face is matching with a lion.
He may be brave and like curious to curious.
Brave and curious. And you?
And dominant kind of. I would say dominant, like बचपन से बोला जाता है ना, lion is the king of the jungle. So
इनसे इनका हर डिसीजन मतलब अपने बनवाने के लिए कि थोड़ा इस तरह शाउटिंग होंगी नेचर में, लाइन की तरह. लाइक वो अपना वो जमाने के लिए सब लोगों पे अपना हक, मतलब सब एनिमल्स के थोड़ा रोर करता है उसी तरह. हाँ, और ब्रेव होंगे.
Calm.
like he seems to be as old as a lion and experienced somewhat.
Della says that owl-like features like large nose, large eyes, prominent eyebrows are associated with strength, courage and leadership. And he also says that lion-like features like broad and strong forehead, prominent jawline and thick eyebrows are associated with dominance and bravery.
Another such work is the Essays on Physiognomy by Johann Kaspar Lavater, which was published in 18th century, which consisted of a collection of essays exploring the interpretation of the facial features with their supposed connection with a person's personality trait. He focused on various facial features like eyes, nose, mouth, forehead, and according to him, these things revealed a person's inner qualities like emotional disposition, moral character, and intelligence.
These two pictures.
Through his eyes I can tell that because they are quite pointed, so either he's very cunning or he's too focused on something, and rest of the gestures are quite like a normal person. And here he seems to be joking around and just
Okay. पर्सन है, इनकी पर्सनालिटी देख के आप कुछ जज कर पा रही हैं डिफरेंस?
ये लाइक अपने वर्क के लिए बिल्कुल अप्रोप्रिएट है, लाइक इनमें लेजीनेस नहीं दिखी, उनमें थोड़ा लेजीनेस है,
इसमें लेज़नेस दिखती है. पर्सनालिटी.
The personality would, I would say कि the person on this side is more like urbanized, an urbanized person, and this one looks like he.
You have to differentiate between them or the. I have found a difference. Or you can just simply tell any kind of personality traits that you find in them. मतलब उनको जज करना है आपको basically.
ये काफ़ी लाइफस्टाइल मतलब काफ़ी ऑर्गेनाइज्ड और मतलब
Organized.
उनका बॉडी पोस्चर है.
इनकी पर्सनालिटी के बारे में कुछ लग रहा है?
क्या ये इनकी पर्सनालिटी काफ़ी अच्छी, काफ़ी मतलब
Okay, gentleman.
मतलब स्पेसिफिक वर्ड नहीं. और ये नॉर्मल ऐसे यूजुअली मतलब
He is a very famous philosopher. Can you just recognize him? Or any personality traits can you tell from this?
Actually, I can't sound very good.
Anything from his broad forehead?
You mentioned he's a
wide thinker.
he was a wide thinker.
So,
He must not be lucky.
you must not be lucky. Oh my god.
Because देखो ना कि जो भी थिंकर है वो लकी तो नहीं थे जैसा उनके. ही मस्ट नॉट बी लकी, तो वो वाला तो पहले ही खत्म हो जाता है ना.
So do you think his wisdom, like I told you that he is a philosopher, so after listening that I have told that he is a philosopher, you are saying that he has wisdom, or by looking at his face?
I think if you give a picture of somewhat same looking guy, I won't say कि he was very wise by just looking at, क्योंकि we have our preconceived notions about people already. तो you have said कि he is a philosopher, he is a great thinker, तो इसीलिए शायद wisdom भी हम सोच पाए.
इनका फेस जज करके आप कुछ बता पा रहे हैं? चलिए मैं आपको दो ऑप्शन देती हूँ, विजडम, ठीक है, और दूसरा फूड. क्या लग रहा है?
दोनों इनमें मिक्सिंग हो रहा है. लाइक दोनों तरीके से इनमें थोड़ा मिक्सिंग से हो रखा है. एक कुछ मतलब अलग सा देखते हैं, इनकी आइज को देखते हैं
तो ऐसा
हाँ.
कि किसी में डूबे हुए हैं, लाइक सोच रहे हैं कुछ ना कुछ, और मुंह पे देखते हैं तो
ये ग्रीक के फेमस फिलोसोफर है, आप बता सकते हैं कौन हो सकते हैं?
ये तो जैसे नहीं पोर्ट्रेट होगी तो वो जो एक मॉडल नहीं
कुछ नहीं. इनके ब्रॉड फोरहेड को देख के कुछ लग रहा है?
पर ये तो
बाल्ड है इस वजह से. Okay, वैसे ये बहुत फेमस थिंकर हैं. जज गेस कर पा रही हैं? ग्रीस के हैं. By looking at his face, what do you think?
a very learned person who's very calm, composed. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know he is a very famous philosopher? a Greek philosopher. Could you guess
I
who he
don't
is?
know. He might be Socrates.
Woo! The only person to say this. High five.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Now we are wondering upon two main questions. That firstly, that does physiognomy had any scientific basis, and second is belief on this will cause any harm or not in the future.
So, do you think there is any scientific basis for this, or it's completely fake?
I mean, how can you say that this is scientific? A person with uh, broader forehead is going to be rich. Yeah, is lucky. How can you say that this is scientific? I think that this must be the case like we consider कि forehead की लकीरें होती हैं, like we consider that to luck. So I feel कि broader forehead means कि ज़्यादा अच्छी किस्मत इस तरीके से शायद कनेक्ट किया होगा. तो हाँ, ये मुझे लगता है.
I think there is no any scientific
Or scientific basis?
Maybe.
Do you think there is a scientific basis for this? And do you think there is any scientific basis for this? Or it's completely based on false perception?
There might be, but I'm not aware of it. ऐसा भी हो सकता है, like it's just the way we perceive the facts, but I'm not sure actually.
Can any sort of problem arise in the future if people will continue to follow this? Like these kinds of
I think
perceptions?
These perceptions have been followed since a very long time. Like these are oral traditions. I don't know if they are.
But I think
written.
people are educating more and
So if it hasn't created a problem since that time, since it has been followed, तो अभी भी मुझे नहीं लगता कि कोई problem create होगी. And also people are getting educated as she mentioned.
Yeah.
So I don't think.
इससे थोड़ा लोगों का मतलब जिनका लाइक एक लड़की है उसके यहाँ पे तिल है, उसको ये बोले कि तुम्हारा अच्छा है वो, और दूसरी लड़की उसके पास उसके यहाँ तिल नहीं है, तो उसको थोड़ा लाइक अच्छा फील नहीं होगा. ये लगेगा कि ये मेरे से ज़्यादा लकी है. वो थोड़ी अपने आप को डिस्कम्फर्ट फील करेगी या फिर थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस अपना लूज करेगी.
मतलब यहाँ पे अगर तिल होगा तो उससे सोचेंगे कि वो लकी है.
बहुत ऐसा होता है कि कुछ लोगों को लगता है, जैसे मेरी एक फ्रेंड है उसको कहीं कुछ भी ऐसा हुआ साइन वो लकी है और दूसरे उसको नहीं है, तो उस जिसके पास नहीं है उसको लगेगा बार बार उसको मतलब ये चीज़ ये लगेगी कि हाँ इसके पास है तो ये लकी है. कहीं ना कहीं वो अपना कॉन्फिडेंस लूज करने का ट्राई कर सकती है.
और हाँ, प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है. व्हाट काइंड ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स कैन अराइज?
प्रॉब्लम्स मतलब ज़रूरी नहीं ये सब चीज़ें, ये तो क्या बिलीव पे डिपेंड करता है, बट कई बार लगता है ना कि चेंजेस हो जाते हैं. ज़रूरी नहीं कि जो जिसका ब्रॉड वो फोरेड वो लकी हो या फिर इंटेलिजेंट हो, कभी कभार नहीं होते.
तो इससे क्या प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है सोसाइटी में?
प्रॉब्लम क्या मतलब बिलीव और कभी भी खराब भी हो सकती है, मतलब इम्पैक्ट करेगा.
Okay.
Actually, people are also confused on this, like how physiognomy can create any problem in the future, because it is something that has been embedded in our society for a very long time. So how suddenly it will start affecting the society in a wrong way? So before answering this question, we would like to firstly acquaint you all with an Italian criminologist and physician, Cesare Lombroso. He was actually the first person who made the lie detector or came up with the idea of lie detector. He was an army doctor who came up with the theory of born criminal. After studying some of the criminals, he found that they all had indentation at the back of their skull, which resembled those found in the apes. So according to him, these criminals have a tendency to offend and they are the reversion of early men. And with this, he came up also with some of the characteristics. To name a few, like thieves are they have more expressive face and manual dexterity and small wandering eyes. And habitual murderers have this cold, glassy stares and bloodshot eyes and big hawk-like noses. And rapists had jug ears. And women are shorter and they have this darker hair and smaller skull than the normal women.
His theory got recognition but not much support because it was not backed by strong evidences.
But now today, with the invention of such AI that attempt to recognize the criminals by reading their facial features, show the belief in his theory. Another such AI that is being developed is for recognizing the homosexual by reading their facial features. Actually, it is said that our face can tell a lot about our sexual orientation, and homosexual have gender atypical features. Physiognomy is never seen as science. It is always said that it is a pseudoscience because any such claims that have been made, they are not backed by the scientific evidences. And just to clarify, we have cited a lot of examples, but we have not done it to support any claim, but just to give you all a clear idea about how physiognomy is seen as. Lastly, before there were just humans who were discriminating the people and making such perceptions by looking at their facial features. But now in the near future, we will be using technology to stamp on such claims. So, good luck for that.
Bye bye.